Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mystic Vibes. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Now don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can be notified when a new video is dropped. Okay, so for today's video, I will be doing a full tutorial on how I do this ponytail. It's a two frontal ponytail, and I'll be doing an updo ponytail style. So this is a two-part video because the video was so long. I decided to split it in two and do a ball cap method for how I do the style. So this video I will be showing you how I do the ball cap method, and in the other video that will be uploaded after this one is post, I will show you guys how I install the two frontal and make a ponytail for the birthday girl. So her hair is natural, and in this situation I would have done so many different techniques. Working with natural hair, especially when it comes to frontal ponytail, it is difficult. She have very low density, her hair is very thin. So because of that, it was very easy for me to give her a ponytail without even using gel, which I do add a little gel to it, but it's mostly the freezing spray I use just to get it sleek in and neat. And as you can see out the window, it's night. So I was not planning on using any gel, and the gel was not going to dry in time for me to move fast enough to go home. So I used the freezing spray to catch her hair up. So what I did first, I got her hair blown out as thin as possible, and then I used a hot comb to comb through it, not through the scalp, but just to thin out the hair a little bit more. And as I said, hair density was perfect for this quick video. So guys, after I use the freezing spray to catch her hair in one, I actually go ahead and add a little gel to it. Then brush it in with my toothbrush comb thing. Yes. And I was actually showing her how to do a TikTok video, because I wanted her to do a TikTok video for myself because she's not a TikTok person. So I was teaching her how to do the snatch, the snatch his soul. I was showing her how to do that, and it turned out well. You will see that in the other video as well, because I'm afraid if you post the snatch his soul song and then the copyright thing will come up on my nice clean video, I don't want that. So I'm not about to play out that. Anyways, her hair at the back of her head came all the way down to her neck. So you know that is not going to be okay for me. So I have to shave some of the hair from the back of her neck just to get the back of her hair to be in line, because she's installing blonde. She's going full blonde. And I don't want to put the frontal too close on her neck. You know so that no make no sense, or me know so that no make no sense. So because the hair black on her head and the wig, the frontal is blonde, I don't want to put the frontal on and then the black hairs at the back will be showing. And as I said, she have a lot of hair on the back. It came all the way down to her neck, especially on the two sides of her neck. So I have to get rid of it. We know say it will grow back. It's going to grow back. But for this style, we had to take the risk. We had to get rid of it. So I put a hole in the middle of the cap, because in this video I will be using the entire cap. Blonde hair, as I said before, it's a blonde hair. If it was a black hair now, I would not mind her hair blending in with the frontal. So I would have done this just the same, but with a black hair, you don't want the cap to be showing through the black hair too much. But with a blonde hair now, it's okay for the cap to be showing because you want everything to melt in it. I don't want to see her hair showing after I brush the frontal in one. So I decided to use all of the cap for this process just to prevent and avoid the black hair as much as possible. So after I cut out the top with a hole, I went ahead and slit the sides of it just to pull her hair through so the cap can be secure in place where I want it. Because if I just catch it on top of her ears, I am going to be using parts of the cap that I don't want. So I want the thin part of the cap, not the rim of the cap. If I wanted the rim of the cap, then I could just put it all the way up. But because I don't want the rim of the cap, I have to cut her ears, cut the cap, and put her ears through the cap. So it comes all the way down to her eyebrow, then I could get the softer part of the cap to use. So after I do that, I went ahead and then I add the Guts to Be spray, the freezing spray, and put on the cap just to melt it. The freezing spray would be enough to do that. But because I want something more secure, I decided to use the glue to secure the cap more. So as you can see, once I add the freezing spray to the cap, you can basically see through the cap. So I'm going ahead and just adding the glue around her hairline. I'm not letting the glue touch her hairline. I'm just adding the glue around her hairline in the shape of her forehead. So when I'm cutting off the cap now, it is going to be easier for me to just cut where the glue is. So I won't have to go all the way up. And sometimes when we use the Guts to Be glue just alone, the Guts to Be glue only to secure the cap, whenever we're cutting off the cap, a lot of times, whenever I am cutting off the cap, some of the times it keeps moving out of place. So because I don't want the cap to be moving out of place and then I have to be securing the cap again, I rather to use the glue to secure it. So yes, I will do this in a everyday work. I will do this in everyday stuff unless the client asks me specifically not to secure the wig too much because maybe they're just going for an event and they cannot wear the wig to work. Then that way I would just do the cap and do a one glue coat, and it come off like 2 or 3 days after. But because it's her birthday and she's gonna go out and about, and people want to have fun on her birthday, the wig can come off after the birthday. But I have to secure it for the day or for whatever, wherever she's going, right? So after the cap is dry, I use the Fit Me. I'm not remember the color. I did try show another color, but it never a show up on the camera. But that's the shade that I was using. It is actually the lightest shade that I had in hand, and it matches her skin, so it works for me. It works for me. Okay. So I am coloring all of the cap. So just in case, cause I'm not gonna use my bundles with the frontal. I'm just gonna catch the two frontal by itself, and then I am going to add the bundles in the middle. So for that purpose now, so the cap is going to be necessary to cover all the black hair. So yes, I am going to cover all of the cap with the foundation. So it's dry, and now I'm just cutting off the excess part of the cap that is not going to be used. Just to get it all clean and neat, I'm going around all the way to the back because it's going to be a 360. So everywhere have to be secure and clean. So after I cut off the excess cap, I just go ahead and use the brush again just to run over the parts that is looking a little bit whiter than it's supposed to. So that is what it looks like, and I use my alcohol to clean up the surface of the hair in which I am going to be applying the glue. So after I clean up the surface, you know that the next part is going to come in where I'm going to add the glue to the hair. I am going to add on the glue, and then when it's dry I'm going to add another coat, and all of that is going to be happening in the other video that I tell you guys about in part 2. So guys, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, and make sure to subscribe. Subscribe, guys, and share my videos. If you like my content, you can share it with your friends on all social media platforms so my channel can grow and my talent can show. Bye.